The most difficult thing to do is to unlearn. That's the word that they use, unlearn the old habits and characteristics that you've ingrained into your way of being that make you the kind of person who is unable to talk to girls with ease. Talking to girls is not difficult. That's not hard at all. What's hard is to break free from the trap that you're in, this sort of cage, this box that you've put yourself in, and society has put you in through the use of social conditioning, so that you are a good little boy. That's what's difficult. So that's what we're going to be doing, and it all begins with self-esteem. Self-esteem is the most important part of pretty much everything I'm going to say because it's the beginning. And the beginning is oftentimes the hardest part. Not hardest with in ratio to like the things that will come later, but hard as in it's new. It's when everything is new, everything is fresh, and this is where you have to roll the ball yourself. There is no momentum. There is no like downward slope that's helping you. It's pure raw strength, willpower, determination, and whatever else the fuck you want to call it. That's all it is. So, self esteem. Where do we start? Say, for example, you're a guy who decided to go hit the gym and is now building his physical body to some degree. Yet, when you were younger, you were not seen as the most attractive person on the planet, right? I, for instance, was seen as pretty fucking ugly. And after building up my body, building up my aesthetics, look at like developing myself to look a particular way that is, I guess, attractive to women to some degree, a little bit. After doing that, now I'm regarded as someone who is somewhat attractive, right? Maybe like a five, whatever, somewhat attractive. And it's new to me. So there was a moment in time where I was not used to this sort of idea of myself being attractive. So my self-esteem, because of all the shit that happened to me in the past, was let's if we were to create sort of scales here, maybe I'll edit that in, maybe I won't. But if we created scales, let's say this is the chart of the way you look and the way people perceive you out of 10. I don't like using charts out of 10, the scales out of 10, because it's really not that simple, but we're just gonna do it to simplify things. But it's genuinely not this simple, and you'll understand that as the videos go on. So let's just say it's out of 10. This is self esteem, this is the looks and the way people perceive you. My self esteem growing up was always near the zero mark, and my looks were also near the zero mark, if not in the negatives. Um, Maybe even self esteem was in the negatives, to be honest. And over time, I started building up my looks, my physique. I was fat, got skinny. That didn't work, right? I've been on all ends. I've been fat, I've been skinny, and now I'm somewhat fit. Not really jacked, but I'm somewhat fit, a little bit. So I've been fat, skinny, and fit. And in the process of being fat, I was in the negatives. And then I pulled myself up. Well, I dropped down, but I stopped eating and started like eating less than I burned. I wasn't burning anything. I just stopped eating really. And looks went to like a zero or a one. um, and my self-esteem was still in the negatives, nowhere to be seen. But as time went on, I started actually building my physique and I started getting interesting feedback from the external world. And as a result of that, I realized that, oh, in terms of physical attractiveness, I've actually gone up the scale. I remember there was a time when I started doing cold approach. I would ask people to rate me out of 10 because I didn't know what else to fucking say. Hey, would you rate me out of 10? Tell me what you think. And I got a lot of 8s and 9s. 7 was like an outlier, 10 was once or twice, 9 wasn't as common as 8, but the what is it, median was 8. Just the most, the thing that I got the most. The rating that I got the most was an 8. So I was like, okay, so I guess I'm somewhere in that range of 7, 8, 9. Maybe I'm just being delusional. Maybe I'm still 3. Who knows, right? So anyway, looks had gotten better, much better from where they started. But my self-esteem was still nowhere to be seen. So what happens is that when you approach a girl, an attractive girl, right? Or any girl, to be honest, when you approach a girl, there's a particular expectation, particular standard that is set as a result of the way you appear to her and to others. So, because, for example, my appearance to these particular girls was an 8 out of 10, they expected 8 out of 10 self esteem. But when I came in there with my negative 17 having a self esteem, right, they were displeased. And in being displeased, what it means is that when you approach them, they have that spark in their eyes. They're like, oh, wow, this guy's attractive, or wow, I like this guy. Oh, wow, he's approaching me. I don't know what to do. Kind of nervous, but I like it. And their like their investment is like up here. So they're expecting you to be this guy, the fucking Giga Chad or the Tyrone or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then you come in with your negative 25, having ass self esteem, and it just drops down to like they are disappointed. They're disappointed by the approach. You come in there, go, and maybe the girl was like, "Oh wow, this guy looks kind of cute," but because man's is on some fucking broken tape recorder bullshit, it just goes from whatever it could have been, and it just fucking drops radically fast, like crazy fast. So when you approach these girls that are attractive, right? They look at you in that exact same way. They're just like, oh, fuck. Oh, it's not him. I thought it was him. He looked like him, but he's not him. And they just politely reject you. Nice to meet you. Oh, I have a boyfriend, but have a nice day. Have a nice day. Like, dude, fuck you, right? I hated it when I started realizing, wow, this girl actually likes me. But then she just stops liking me. And I was like, what is it that's causing them to just stop liking me? And over time, I realized it was the level of self-esteem. So my attractiveness was up here, but my self-esteem was way below the charts, so like negative 45 or some shit. Um, so because it's at like negative 33, I was like, okay, I didn't even realize this, to be honest. I didn't realize this until maybe 3 years ago, roughly 2 years ago. Let's say 2 years ago. I was on Tinder. I'd created a Tinder profile. And what happened is I was swiping. I don't pay for the app. So, and I have limited swipes, right? So I'm busy swiping left, 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 left. There's a lot of left swipes, left, left, right, left, 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 left. And I come across this one girl who looks like particularly attractive to me. Banging body, very cute face, and is in my city. So I'm like, oh shit, right? And I'm about to swipe right. And then a part of me stops. Sorry, to you guys, right is this way. So, right. To me, it's the other way. But anyway, so I'm about to swipe right. And something stops me. And I'm like, yo, dude, why the hell are you just gonna waste a swipe? She's not gonna match with you anyway. You might as well swipe left on her and swipe right on a girl that will actually match with you. You're just gonna waste your swipe and then you won't get to match with another girl who could have matched with you if you had swiped right on her and left on this one instead. And I just sat there for like some time because I was genuinely considering not swiping right on this girl. And I thought about it and I was like, yeah, you know what? She's probably just not even gonna see my fucking profile, and even if she does, she's not gonna like me, so she's just gonna swipe left on me. So what's the point? What's the point in swiping right on someone you know is gonna swipe left on you, right? And I sat there for like 5 minutes in silence, dead ass, something around 5 minutes in silence, and then eventually I was just like, dude, what the fuck? Just fucking swipe, and I just swiped right. I swiped right, and it said you you found a match, or you've matched, or it's a match. That's what it says. Tinder says it's a match, right? And part of me was shocked. A big part of me was shocked. I was like, "Whoa, what? Really? Really? What?" Um, and it just I didn't see it for what it was at the time. But after that happened, I reflection, obviously, over time, revealed to me that there were many instances in where I was self-sabotaging, and it was as a result of my own view of myself, me not seeing myself as being worthy, me not seeing myself as being worth it, right? So I would see a girl who's very attractive to me, but I think of myself as less than, or as someone the girl that I'm attracted to would not be attracted to. And as a result of that, I sabotaged. And I've probably done this in the past a lot, but that's when I began to realize that I was sabotaging relationships. If not relationships, I was just sabotaging opportunities because I'd cold approach quite often. So I was probably sabotaging the opportunities with the girls I was cold approaching because I didn't feel as though I was enough, or as though they would like me in whatever way. And this is a major problem with guys. We have the lowest self-esteem. We have a spit. I don't know, like probably of all time right now. As young men, we have the lowest fucking self-esteem probably of all fucking time, right? We don't have any accolades to hold. We didn't go to war. We didn't fight lions, and we didn't become men, right? We didn't do none of that shit. So we're just fucking. Let me not say we. I'm not gonna say we because there's no we, right? There's no we here. But the majority of us are just fucking wanking, playing video games, fucking we watching anime, we um used to also be a wanker, so let's not act like, we're not fucking. We weren't, at least. Um Dude, just doing the fucking most degenerate bullshit that we could be doing, and not actually building and progressing ourselves in any way whatsoever. So because of this, we have low fucking self-esteem, and we don't even know what's going on. We don't even know why we feel the way we feel. It's extremely difficult to explain. We fall into these very twisted psychological traps, and we engage in this warfare against ourselves and against the thing we wished we could be, or we hoped we would become, but evidently haven't become. So it kind of sucks, right? Kind of fucking sucks. But that's the we're gonna get to all that shit later, right? But the primary issue is the self-esteem. After seeing It's a Match, right, I realized I was robbing myself of great experience I could have had, great experiences I could have had with other women, and or just other people in general. I was my own enemy. I was the only person in my own way. There was no other human being, nothing else but me, and my own views of myself. So I needed to stop viewing myself as a weak, stupid, fat, skinny, whatever loser, and start viewing myself as the guy who built himself up, who built his body up, who actively worked on himself in order to get better and just improve himself, right? Who has who has actually done things for himself in order to better his situation, or is in that process of doing things in order to reach that particular goal, who sets a standard and aims for it and does whatever he can to reach it. And even if he doesn't get there, he continues to work. The quote by Confucius where he says, if the goal is not met, or if you do not reach the goal, do not change the goal, but instead adjust the action steps. Now, it doesn't say exactly those words, but it's something to that effect, where it's you don't change the goal, You just be like, okay, cool. I didn't get there with the by doing the things I said I would do. Let's add more steps. Let's maybe take smaller steps, which will compound and help us get there. Because the point is to get there. So anyway, the view of me is up here. My self-esteem is fucking negative 322. So I had to build that up. And it took a while. It took a very long time for me to begin to see myself as anything within the realm of being attractive, right? I never consider myself as handsome. And a lot of people don't. A lot of guys don't actually consider themselves as handsome, yet they're actually quite good looking men. And this isn't on some gay shit. This is just objectively like, okay, some guys just look good. Yeah, he's a good looking guy. That's there's nothing wrong with saying that. But some people, oh, he's a. It's like, okay, buddy. Um, but a lot of guys don't give themselves the credit they deserve. A lot of guys, such as myself, at some point I would walk into a room. This is, and I'm using myself as reference because I don't have any other person to use as reference. Oh, I got my friend, my brother. He's fucking also. Anyway, whatever. So I'd walk in a room, right, and there'd be a lot of noise, and I'm just wearing, this. I was working in the hotel industry, so I would wear fit like not fitted suits, but it was just a suit. And because I was somewhat fit or built, it hugged me quite well. And because it hugged me quite well, I stood out a little bit. But because it hugged me a little bit, people were like, "Oh shit, who's that?" And that like you'd walk into a room, right? If you've ever walked into a room that it's just loud and then everything goes quiet and the attention is just locked onto you and whatever it is that you're doing, you understand what I'm talking about. If you, not even a room, if you're walking past like a gas station, right, and you got a bunch of guys just in a group of guys just talking, and you're walking, maybe you come back from the gym, you're wearing like a vest or a hoodie or whatever it is, and you walk past and the guys just go quiet, dead silence. You know what I'm talking about. You're one of those guys who are more attractive than he gives himself credit for. And as a result of that, your self-esteem is probably very low, yet your looks are much higher than the self-esteem. Let's not give you like a ratio. Let's not say like you're an 8 out of 10, but let's just say your looks are much higher than you give yourself credit for. And to some degree that's okay, but you need to begin to actively build your self-esteem. You need to build yourself up into the kind of person who sees himself as being attractive and values himself, so that games cannot be run on him. We're gonna talk about that shit later. But this is where we are. So you're up here, you talk to a girl, she fucking blows you up because your self-esteem isn't matching the energy or the vibe or the person she's seeing. Slowly build up your self-esteem. Slowly move yourself up the scale. And maybe you get about here, right? Now your self-esteem is somewhat better, but it's still not enough. So what's gonna happen is girls that, I don't know what it is. It's funny how if you're not physically attractive to that same degree, the scale sort of lowers itself. The girl doesn't expect as much from a guy. And this is me just being retarded and using my dumbass mind to sort of think of nonsense so I can make content. But the girl isn't expecting as much from the person if he's not as attractive, right? She's not expecting him to be this fucking superhero Batman, can fight 74 dudes at the same time, million billion dollar mansions, fucking fast cars, extremely articulate, fucking I don't know what the hell, 17-inch penis or some shit, whatever. She's not expecting that from the fat loser looking guy or the skinny, scrawny twig, not whatever looking guy, the anorexic looking guy or some shit, right? She's not expecting none of that from them, but she expects it from you if you've developed your body. If you haven't developed your body, then you are the fat looking guy. And I can say that because I was that guy. I was the fat fucking loser guy. And then I was also the skinny loser guy. But I decided to I picked my own space. Now I'm the fit looking guy. I'm not Batman, not yet, but I'm on my way. So she sort of expects less from them. And because she expects less, like let's say the expectation, the presence and the energy she receives from their approach is like down here, their self-esteem needs to be here or anything above that. If it's just above it, she'll actually be attracted to the person. She'll be like, wow, you're more than I expected. You're better than what I expected. And as a result, holy shit, who's this guy? He's not just a bum loser like every other bum loser. He's actually interesting. You know, he's actually pretty cool because your self esteem is somewhat more than what she expects. It's similar to attractive girls when the girl is like a 17 out of 10 or some shit. And again, I hate using the out of 10 scale because it's fucking stupid and it's too simplified. It's so oversimplified. You can't use it because it's too dumb. But anyway, she's a 17 out of 10, right? She's chilling up here, but her self esteem is all the way down fucking here, man. And it's like, what the hell do you mean? You're fucking drop dead gorgeous. You walk into a room, people trip over air. People snap their necks. Fucking, what do you mean? You got low self esteem, and girls be like that. They be absolute looking magnificent, yet their self esteem is all the way down here. And it's not a matter of, oh, you need to boss up, bitch. It's like, dude, if you listen to that advice, unlucky you, you're done. It's game over, right? But the girl's looks will be up here, but her self esteem is all the way down here, and it happens, right? Because they don't see themselves the way others see them. The whole "you don't know you're beautiful" thing. I think that was like One Direction, not sponsored by the way, so fuck those guys. But anyway, um, because you don't see it, it sort of adds to that effect of you being more attractive because you don't use it as your sort of like I am attractive. Look at me. It's just I'm just I guess I'm attractive. I don't know. it's it's yeah. Um, but it is a problem when it comes to guys because with girls, guys love that shit. Guys don't really want a girl who's like, oh, I'm the hottest bitch on the planet. Guys would prefer the girl who's like, she's still down to earth, whatever that means. Um, but essentially, she's human, right? You can be human with this person. You can talk to this person like a normal person instead of again. And girls like that too. Girls like being spoken to like a normal person. She doesn't like a guy going, "Oh my gosh, you're so magnificent. Oh my gosh, you look amazing. Oh, can I please take you out on a date or some bullshit?" So, a guy just being, "Hey, what's up? I liked your fit. You look kind of cute. What's going on? What's your name? My name's Trey." Or whatever. Or like, shit, you're looking fine as well. I see you looking fine in that fit over there. Guys turning their heads and shit. What's going on? What's your name? My name's Trey. That's pretty much it. It's like you don't really need to do too much. But again, you need to unlearn the bullshit that you've been taught, that you've been conditioned into. And that conditioning is you having a low self-esteem, especially particularly as a guy. Because your self-esteem is down here. You don't know what to say. You think it's the words that get the girl, right? You think it's the money that gets the girl, right? You think it's the lifestyle that gets the girl. You don't realize it's too simple. It's too simple. You wouldn't even understand it. You call me crazy. I am crazy, but you call me crazy. You call me fucking crazy for saying it's simple. It's not difficult to talk to girls or get girls. But I don't want to say this and then not actively do it. Right? I haven't gone out and actively done cold approach in a while. So I may be a little bit rusty. I do plan on posting infield content, but that's going to be a little bit difficult as well. But we'll see. I might have to invest in a GoPro or some shit. I don't know, some recording equipment. I'll see what I can do, right? But this isn't to say you get every girl you approach, also, but it's just whatever, man. It's not the hardest thing to do. The thing that's more difficult to do is to realize who you are underneath all that socially conditioned bullshit that makes you think you're not enough, that makes you feel as though you're not enough, that makes you believe you're not enough, that genuinely sort of you have this sort of there's something holding you back. There's something preventing you from communicating with another human being. The whole meme, it's a meme now. Guys will do anything to not talk to a girl. What how was that even like how is that normal? If you think about it, just another human being of the female gender of the species, right? Just another human being. Just hey, just go say hi. No, fucking runs off. What do you mean? No. What do you mean? Go say hi, and you start fucking stuttering. You. What are you talking about? What do you mean? It's just another human being. It's different. It's not different. Same thing. It's just another human being. What's up? My name's Trey. What's your name? Shit, you look kinda cute. What's going on? Or shit, I don't know if you're if I don't know what to think about you. You look low key kinda cute, but also low key kinda crazy. Whatever comes to your mind. Whatever comes to mind, man. This one girl was checking herself out in the mirror. Like I was walking past, there was an escalator, and there was a mirror over there, and she was checking herself out, and she had a pink hoodie on with like blue jeans. Wow, right? Wow, fashion. Wow. Anyway, I'm like, dude, don't stress too much. I'm just walking past. I'm like, hey, yo, listen, don't stress too much about it. You look alright. You look good. It's okay. You're okay. And then she's like, thank you, giggling and shit. And she walks onto the escalator with me. And I'm like, but that hoodie might be a little bit too pink. Just a little bit. And then she's like, oh my gosh, no, I love pink. I love pink. Pink's my favorite color. And then I said, oh, does that mean you're just like a basic bitch? Is that what you are? Just a basic bitch? Oh, I love pink. I also love Barbie. I'm so original in my fucking Adidas shoes, my blue jeans, my white shirt. And she laughed, right? She laughed. But and it's like, dude, what have I said that is slick Rick with a big dick line? Like, what the fuck? What have I said, man? I haven't said shit. I didn't say nothing. No lines. The line doesn't matter. But there is no line. There is no line. There is no line. But you don't get that because you're socially conditioned to believe there's a line. So there is a line. There is a line, and I'm gonna give you the lines over the course of these videos. So stick with me, and you'll get all the fucking lines. But if you don't stick with me, you won't get the lines, and you won't get bitches on your dick. Anyway, so we talk, we have a little chat. I don't even remember what the rest of the conversation was. I don't care. But the point is, it's like there's now, because I've developed my self-esteem to a particular degree, now when I do an approach versus back then when I did an approach, I would go up to a girl and we talk and they just lose interest over time, gradually lose interest, and then it just switches off like that. And they're not interested. Whatever I do, even if I build attraction after the fact, because they lost interest already, they they will not logically be like, oh, I I I lost interest in this guy. Now I need to make him think that I'm actually interested. Now they'll just be like, dude, I'm not interested in this guy. Have a nice day. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's cool, but I have a boyfriend. All that dumb shit. But with improving yourself, this sort of way in which you view yourself and developing your self-esteem, you will then get to a point where I don't know where I'm at, to be honest, but it's at a point where it's either like close to level, or my self-esteem is a bit above what I think I look like, but I still don't boast. I still don't show it off. Yeah, sure, I wear a vest sometimes. Sure, I wear a vest sometimes, right? Okay, cool. But it's not like I'm wearing it because I'm like, yeah, look at me, shit, chest puffed out, and just wearing it because I'm wearing it, man. I'm wearing it because I'm wearing it, not because I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I'm the fucking shit. No, in my head, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, shit, bro, I'm the fucking shit. But it's not. I'm the shit, man. All these bitches are gonna be on my dick. It's not like it's not coming from a bad place. So it depends on where it's coming from, and in this particular case, whatever, right? So I'm at a point where it's sort of on the same, like around the same area. And because it's like that, when I walk up to a girl and they're interested, I'm able to hold that interest and add on to it over time instead of taking away from it by being by just demonstrating these sort of behaviors that aren't congruent with who it is that I am or what it is that I'm presenting. Because there's level of being congruent. There's level of just, okay, alignment with yourself that you need to have in your own life. This isn't even about girls, but a level of being aligned with yourself that you should have, yet we don't have it. And we don't have it because we're sort of told that, you know, we're sort of told that it is not valuable. The other things are valuable, like pieces of paper that we call money, like cars, blocks of metal with rubber and fucking cotton or some shit, whatever the fuck that material is, and slabs of concrete laid out in a particular position. Although slabs of concrete are important, right? A house, it is kind of important. A car, it is kind of important. Money, it is kind of important, right? We're told that that is the thing we must attain, but it's not. But I can't really say that because I don't have money myself. I don't have a nice house. I don't have my own house. I still live at home. So I can't really say that. But what I can say is that I've met a lot of people through socializing, and they all say pretty much the same thing. They all thought that once they got the money, it was the golden goodie. They got it. I finally got the golden goodie. And they took a bite. Tasted very fucking nice. Took another bite. Amazing fucking cookie. Fuck, Gordon Ramsay wishes he could make some shit this good. Like he wishes. He dreams. Um, and then they finished the cookie. What a lovely, lovely cookie. Cool. Then they, experience like allow it to like consume them, feel the effects of the cookie. It's like a high, and they just feel that wave on ride the wave for a bit. A year, two, three goes by, and it just okay, all right. It just becomes well, shit. You know, it stops being that finally I've achieved my goal, and it just becomes like the next grade. so to speak, when you're in school and then you finish the eighth grade and you move on to the ninth grade. It's like, yes, I passed. And then that blows over and now you're in the ninth grade. It's like on to the next thing. There's no like, we did it, right? There's no grand finale. Um, and they all sort of feel kind of sad about that because they really believed that was it. I don't know, like once you achieved your goals, you would explode into a ball of bliss. And you would transcend the current existence that we're on, and you would move to the next paradigm and the next level of existence. Like you would escape the human world and you would reach the world of blah 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 blah. They genuinely thought shit would turn out like that because that's kind of what you sold them, but that's not how it works. Apparently, I wouldn't know firsthand. I think I'd like to find out firsthand, but I'm still, doing what I can with that. So, building up your self esteem is extremely important because you root your confidence in yourself and not in external things. I think that's the primary point of this video, although it took me 17 hours to explain. You root your confidence, your character, your being in yourself, not in anything else, not in external forces or factors, not in your clothes. It's not in your what money, your wealth, your level of status. It's not in any of that shit. It's in you and you alone. That's the only thing in which your character, your being, your essence, the way you feel about yourself is rooted. You. And it's not easy to do. And on top of not being easy to do, every single thing out there is telling you to do otherwise. Every single piece of content, every single piece of information, every single person you encounter is telling you to do otherwise. No, you you can't do that. You mustn't do that. What you should be doing is this other thing instead. Um, so it's obviously not easy. It's obviously not simple, and there's a lot of barriers that are set in place, and they're more mental barriers than actual physical barriers, although there are physical barriers as well. There are a lot of mental barriers set in place to prevent you from turning on the current path you've set out on, which is quite frankly the wrong path. And it's a path that leads to, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. But it's not the satisfaction you desire. So, where is that satisfaction to be found? Again, a topic for a different video. But for now, we will say self esteem is extremely essential for talking to girls. It's extremely essential for your life in general because with it, you grow, you understand yourself, you learn to respect yourself, you learn to set boundaries, and you gain a better sense of what it is that you want. And then when you go for what you want, because you're congruent with that desire, because there's a level of consistency, you're aligned with it, you're not all wishy-washy. And it's like, oh shit, I want this, but only bing, the want is here, and then now it's on to other things, and then bing, and then it's on to other things, and it can constantly just does this. You're all wishy-washy. It's steady. you're in alignment with what it is that you want. When that's the case, you tend to get it more, es- particularly in the context of approaching women and talking to them and socializing and communication skills and all of that stuff. I don't know about the rest of the world. I don't know about manifestation and all that shit, right? I don't know. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when it comes to talking to girls and when it just comes to communication and socializing, if you're congruent with what you want, you're more likely to get it than the person who's, sort of uh um uh uh yeah but I remember, fuck, so many stories I'm gonna share, but I'll see you in the next one.